Hey yogis, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full body stretch, all from the ground. So I've got a bolster, but you could grab a couple of pillows, and if you know that in Shavasana you like to put a blanket and eye pillow on and use all the props, then simply grab them now and let's meet on the mat. So we're going to start seated. I'm going to be sitting on my bolster, but you could sit on a cushion or on the ground. And if you were wearing socks, now's the time to throw them away. You can put them back on afterwards to get cozy, but I really want you to have your toes free. So as we sit down, I want you to extend the legs in front of you. And first of all, just beginning by spreading the toes wide and then scrunching the toes together. So spreading and scrunching. One more time, spread and scrunch. So when you're ready, we're going to do what I often do with our hands, and I call these motorbike wrist warm-ups. But with the toes, we're going to imagine curling them in, each bone by bone, and then we're going to imagine we could fold the feet by curling them all the way down as you begin to actually press them down. When you get to the bottom, you're spreading the toes wide, and then you're leading with the feet, with the toes. Imagine you can arch the foot in the opposite direction to what you would usually do. Bring them back towards the face again. So, curling the toes in, then beginning to round the feet. Eventually they become all the way down, spreading the toes wide, leading from the toes as you bring them back towards you. Okay, let's do that one more time. So again, curl the toes in, going all the way down, spread the toes wide, and slowly coming back up. Nice. Okay, so now let's bend into one knee. We're going to start at the left side. So I always go for the left leg first if you notice in any of my videos. We're going to spread the fingers and put the fingers in between the toes. Allow the ankle to rest on the thigh so that the foot can fully drop off the thigh, and then begin to circle the ankle. Take some slow breaths here. And switch directions. And release other sides, extending left leg, bringing the right leg in. The right ankle just resting on the thigh, and then fingers in between the right toes as we begin to circle the ankle. So we're not forcing anything here. Just allowing those toes to spread as we enjoy these ankle rolls. Change direction. Good. And release. We're going to do our figure four now. So you could come off your props, you could stay on it, but we're bending into the right leg. Hands are coming behind. Let's bring fingertips down. And then left ankle onto the right thigh. And instead of rounding the shoulders here and hanging down, let's pull that chest through. I want you to flex into the left foot. And the closer the right foot is towards you, the more intense the stretch. So you choose what you feel like you need today. Take a couple of breaths here, in and out through the nose. Then when you're ready, we're going to drop the knee left and right. So keeping the figure four, we're just taking a little rock in the hip. There we go. And release, swap sides. So we're bringing right ankle, left thigh, bending into the knee. Again, hands stay behind as we keep the chest lifted. And then we're imagining that right knee is pressing away as we flex into that right foot. Again, left foot can be anywhere that feels good. Taking a couple of breaths to feel stable. Maybe you feel that nice stretch. And then we're rocking again, just side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot down, extending the legs again, just like we were before. And I want you to think about sticking the bum back. So rather than tucking the tailbone and kind of like slouching around, just dilly-dallying here, I want you to think tall spine, tailbone goes all the way behind us. And maybe that's enough today. Maybe we're going to flex into the feet. And then on the inhale, we're lifting the arms up. On the exhale, we're folding down. So hands could frame the legs. They could reach for ankles or even the feet. So you choose today. But whilst we're here, I've got a nice little bend in my knees. You could also place a pillow under them. But on the inhale, we're lifting the chest. Exhale, we're folding a bit more. And by folding, I mean leading with the chest but hinging from the hips. So rather than rounding the spine or pressing all the way down, we're still staying tall here. Let's do that twice more. So inhale, pull that chest through. Exhale, maybe folding a millimeter. Maybe walking hands closer to the feet. Again, inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. And we're going to stay here. Maybe you're closing the eyes. Maybe you're bringing eyes to nose and seeing if you can get into that fold anymore. Maybe you're changing hand position. One more breath. And then making sure that hands are on the ground. You're still taking the tailbone out behind you. So again, thinking tailbone facing all the way to the back of the mat. And then I want you to round the shoulders, bring chin to chest. Begin to point and flex the feet. 3, 2, and 1. Flex the feet again. And now we're going to turn the toes to face the left side at an angle, kneecaps facing up. Same thing, body stays the same, the upper body, but we're pointing and flexing in that new angle. 3, 2, and 1. Face the other way. So at 45 degrees to the right side, keep going. Pointing and flexing. 3, 2, and 1. So we've got a little bit of nerve flossing in there. Toes face up. We lift the spine up and we take some shoulder rolls. Okay, let's move a little bit more now. So if you're sitting on a bolster, we're going to shimmy ourselves off and gently push it aside. We're going to bend into the knees and we're going to take the feet wide. We're just going to drop the knees side to side. You might have heard people say this is called windscreen wipers. I want you to focus on keeping the chest up for this and fully dropping the inside knee down, focusing on that internal hip rotation here. Let's do 2 more on each side. And then dropping the knees to the left. We're going to inhale, lift the chest up, reach the arms up. Exhale, place the hands down. Just facing the left leg, we're just going to take 1 breath here. And then left hand is going to come behind. We're going to reach the hips up to ceiling, right arm up to ceiling and then behind. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale, coming down. We're going to switch sides, so dropping the knees to the right. Inhale the arms up, face the right leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, the hands come down, flexing into both feet as we face the right knee. And we're not staying here for long, as we then bring the right hand behind. We lift the hips up, lift the arm up, reaching arm behind. Take a full breath in and out. And lower the hips down, hands come behind, again dropping knees side to side. As you drop the knees to the left, keep the right knee in the middle as you bring the left foot on the right knee. Pressing it down, still facing the top of our mat. So we're facing the right leg. Release the left foot down, switch sides, the knees to the right. We now place the right foot on top of the left knee as the torso faces the left leg. Again, flexing into both feet. And release the right foot down. Again, drop the knees side to side 1 more time. Good. And then coming back to any seated position of your choice. So here I prefer kneeling, so I'm just going to place a little cushion, a bolster underneath my hips. Bringing hands to hips, we're going to start with pelvic tilt. So I want you to think tailbone again, facing the back. Guys, working hard today. And then facing forwards. Again, using the hands on the hip bones to actually increase that movement. So one thing in our brain that we use to work out where we are in space is called proprioception. And proprioception basically means physical feedback on the body so we know where we are. So placing the hands on the hips means we can increase our range of motion because our brain can learn exactly where our hips are in space and feel safer, and therefore increase that movement. So let's do 2 more of these. And then finding somewhere in the middle that feels natural and it feels good for the lower back. Then bringing hands to the rib cage, as we're now going to come forwards and back just in the middle of our spine. So the middle of our spine is our thoracic spine, and it has the most amount of vertebrae compared to the rest of our spine. So we call this a highly joint-rich area. So our brain loves using things like this, and maybe we're not using our middle of our spine as much as we could be. So let's go side to side. So I was thinking, okay, we're getting our Shakira head on now, or should I say Shakira hips? Or for this one, thoracic. So we're going side to side, not moving the hips. The shoulders really aren't doing anything, just from the middle of our spine. Good, and coming back to middle, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So shoulders up to the ears, and down, twice more, up, and down, inhale up, big sigh out to go down, take some shoulder rolls, as big as you possibly can, change direction. This is where it might feel a little bit odd, a little bit juddery. When it feels juddery, we know that we're doing it right because our brain is learning this new movement pattern. And we're going to release. Okay, let's come into our tabletop. So hands and knees down. We've got hands underneath the shoulders, knees slightly wider than hip width. And instead of coming straight into a cat and cow, I want you to start with a flat back and think about pelvic tilts. So can you just move the pelvis? Then can you just move the middle of the spine? And then can you just move the shoulders? So maybe you're pushing the ground away, then dropping the shoulders down. Maybe you're taking shoulder circles. Okay, let's add all that together now. So let's see if we can do the pelvic tilt. So let's tuck tailbone so tailbone faces the mat. Then rounding the middle of the spine, then rounding shoulders. Okay, other way. So we're going to arch the shoulders, so chest coming towards the ground. Middle of the spine dropping down, tailbone facing to sky. Okay, so now I want you to move even slower, vertebrae by vertebrae, starting again at the tailbone, rounding each part of the spine, one vertebrae at a time until you come all the way to the shoulders. When you get to the shoulders this time, let's bring chin to chest, getting the cervical spine involved. And then when you're ready, we're then moving the head first, shoulders, middle of the spine, and tailbone. Okay, keep going. Let's see if we can move super slow, rounding all the way into our cat pose, and then back into our cow pose. This is harder than it sounds, right? I hope I'm not the only one. So we have to move super slowly to articulate each joint. Maybe something we're not used to. Good. And then coming back into your normal cat and cow. So normal, that could be inhale, drop the chest, exhale, rounding the whole back, all in one go. You might add some freestyle movements, so some side bends, some wiggles. You might play around with the wrists, coming up onto fingertips, child's pose, up dogs. So really make it your own for the next few breaths. Exploring sensations and feelings in the body. Enjoying this full body stretch. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then coming back to your tabletop, walk the hands to the left, imagining hands are still in tabletop, and then start the cat and cow again. Welcoming to freestyle, or just beginning with the original movement and noticing how that feels in your body. With a different hand placement, perhaps everything feels completely different to what we're used to. Maybe you even want to crisscross the hands. And then slowly walking hands back to center. Let's try the other side. So walking hands off to the right now, moving any props out of the way if you have them there. And then continuing your cat and cow. And you might be mirroring what you did on the other side, or trying something completely different. Remembering that both sides of our body actually are very different from each other. So you might have an injury on one side, you might use one side of your brain more than the other, therefore one side of your body works a lot harder. So we're just noticing these little things, moving with a sense of mindfulness. You've got one more breath on this side. And then coming back to your tabletop in the middle of the mat. We're now going to take our barrel movement. So imagining that you're inside a barrel and you're creating circles with the spine, going all the way around in the biggest circle you can. And switching directions. One more circle. And then again, coming back to a seated position of your choice. So I'm going to sit on my bolster. We have a love-love relationship. So I love using props in my yoga classes just because they make me feel extra supported and comfy. And that's what my brain loves. So let's go for a twist. It doesn't matter if you're in cross-legged, you could have your legs extended, whatever you like. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, the right arm is going to come behind, left arm is going to come to the leg. So I like to bring my left arm onto the right leg. Inhale the chest proud. Exhale, twist a tiny bit more. And imagine you've got a piece of string tied to the top of your head and it's pulling your spine even taller. And on each exhale, you can twist a tiny bit more. Eyes look to the right as you twist even more behind you. And then we're going to add some cat and cow. So inhale, pull that chest through. Exhale, round. And it just might be a tiny movement working through your cat and cow in this twist. And then again, finding stillness, look to the right, twist a tiny bit more. Take a breath in. Exhale, the left hand stays where it is, but now the right arm is going to reach up and over for a side stretch. Breathing into the right side body. Exhale, dip the chest down. Inhale to open it back up. Twice more. Exhale, closing down. Inhale, opening to sky. Last one. Hold that side stretch for one more breath. And circle the right arm down. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale the arms up, look up. Exhale, left arm behind. Right hand to left leg. Inhale the chest proud again. Exhale, twisting to the left. Keeping both shoulders down. And we're using that right hand as a lever. Eyes to the left as we settle into our twist here. And then we begin to add our cat and cow. Inhale, exhale, just a few times. Breathing in and out through the nose if you can. And then holding that twist as you look to the left for the final breath. Right hand stays on the thigh, left arm reaches up and over, side stretch. Breathing into the left lung as the pinky finger turns in and under. And then when you're ready, we begin to fold down. Inhale to open up. Twice more in your own time. The final one, we hold that side stretch. Take a breath in. And out. Release the left arm, release the right hand. Take some shoulder rolls. Hopefully you're feeling nice and stretchy already. We're going to now place the hands to the left. Doesn't matter if you're sitting on a prop. And we're going to bend into elbows, folding over one knee. Inhale to lift the spine. Imagine you've got something really heavy on your back. So you've got a bit of resistance there, lifting up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. As you're down, walk the hands to the right. Inhale to lift that chest up. Again, imagining a heavy object on your back. Maybe that's your pet dog, your cat. Could even be a dumbbell or kettlebell. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. Staying up. We're now going to interlace the fingers, placing the hands behind the head. Press the head into the hands. as the head comes back into the hand. So we've got those two actions going on, building that neck strength. And we want the chin to be level here. Pressing for 3, 2, 1. Slowly and gently release, bringing the other pinky finger on top as you interlace the fingers again. And we're just going to do this one more time. So again, head pressing into hands, hands pressing into head, pressing. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Inhale, extend the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to open the arm out to the side, bringing it behind the body, slight bend into the elbow. Again, inhale up. Exhale to side. Last one. Up and side. Let's go for the other arm. Right arm up and side. Up and side. We've got one more. Up and side. Both arms together. Inhale up. Exhale side. Up. Side. Last one. Inhale up and side. Reaching the arms out to the side. Imagine you've got walls either side of your hand and you're pushing them away. Push, push, push. Fingers back towards you for 3, 2, and 1. Interlace the fingers behind the back, palms together. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lift the chest up. Bring chin to ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale to stay. See if you can bring the hands further away from your back, keeping the heels of the palms together. Maybe even closing the eyes. For 3, 2, and 1. Head comes back to center. We're now going to release the hands, take a couple of shoulder rolls. Reach the left arm in front, make a fist with the hand, and right hand grabs left forearm as we take some circles, only moving from the wrist. Change direction. And then open the hand, grab the fingers, fingers face down, palm faces away. Take a breath in. Exhale to pull the fingers back towards you. There is a bend in the elbow here. And release other side. Extend the right arm, make a fist. Grab the forearm, and then again we're taking our fist circles. Enjoying our wrist circles here. Change direction. Open the hand, grab the fingers, palm faces away from us. We take our wrist stretch. Breathe into the rib cage. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Give me a high 10. We're going to do what we did with our toes at the start. So curling the fingers in, knuckle by knuckle, and then rolling, as soon as you've made that fist, rolling the knuckles down. So if you're revving a motorbike down, uncurling knuckle by knuckle, finger by finger, and then as soon as you've showed me your manicure, you're going to curl back in, again, bone by bone, as we rev our motorbike up, uncurl, and then you're giving me the high 10. Twice more. So curling in nice and slow. So we're trying to articulate each joint here as we rev down, uncurl, showing me your manicure, curling back in, revving up, uncurling, opening fingers. Right, last time. Curling in, rev down. You can tell I've not driven a motorbike. Showing me your manicure, curling in, revving up, opening the hands, and releasing. Have a bit of a shake out there. Let's take some neck stretches. So right ear to right shoulder, and then placing the right hand just gently on the left side of the head. Extend the left arm away from you, finding a point that feels good. Take 2 breaths here. And then keeping the body the same, we're only going to move from the wrist, flicking the hand up and down. Keeping the palm facing back towards you, bending into elbow. Keeping arm extended, left shoulder up to ear and back down. And then left shoulder down, release the left arm, release the right hand, keeping the head tilt. Draw the nose towards right armpit as if you're sniffing your right armpit. And then using your nose to find where the stretch feels the best on the left side of your neck. Once you find that sweet point, close the eyes. Again, breathe back into the rib cage, in and out through the nose, softening the muscles in the face. As the head comes back to center, take some shoulder rolls and just notice how does one side feel compared to the other. And then let's even that out. So left shoulder to left ear, left hand gently rests on the head as we extend the right arm away from us. And again, we're finding that sweet point. Oh, that feels so good. Just taking a couple of breaths here. We're not yanking the head down. The left hand is simply resting there. And then same movements from the wrist, moving the hand up and down, keeping the arm extended. Palm faces back towards us, we're bending into elbow and re-straightening it. So these dance moves aren't copyrighted, I always say that. You can use these on the dance floor. Just don't tell anyone that I taught you them. Keep the arm extended, bring right shoulder up to ear and back down. 3, 2, and 1. Keep the shoulder down, release the arm, release the left hand, and then when you're ready, sniffing the left armpit or finding that sweet point for the right side of the neck. And then once you find that point, holding it there, close the eyes, take a couple of breaths. And then bringing the head back to center. Again, some shoulder rolls as we're nearly there now. So using your tongue, tracing the line of the front of your teeth, the back of your teeth, and then your bottom jaw, front and back. So when you're ready. One more time in the other direction, starting at the bottom. So start at the back and the other side, then front, and then the back of the top jaw and front. Take the jaw side to side. Bring the jaw to the left, use the hand to press into it. Switch, jaw to the right, right hand presses into it. Bring the jaw to the left, left hand presses into it. Bring the jaw to the right, right hand presses into it. Release the jaw, bring the bottom jaw forwards and back. And then try to draw a circle with the bottom jaw all the way around in one direction. Change directions. Change directions. One more in the other direction. And release. Extending both arms in front, giving me a thumbs up. And you're going to bring your eyes to the tip of the left thumb as you draw a line up, back to the middle, right thumb, draw a line down, back to the middle. Your aim here is not to move your head and keep the thumb in focus the whole time. So again, up and down, up and down. We're going to bring left thumb out to the side, back in, right thumb out to the side. So keep repeating, alternating the hands. The faster and the further away your thumb goes, the more challenging it will be. So you might really try to challenge yourself and bring it out to the edge of your visual field, or speed it up if you're finding it easy. Or you might slow it down and not go as far, so you choose. Back to the center, we're now going to do the diagonals. So thumbs are going to go to upper corners, so diagonal up, left thumb and right thumb. Keep alternating again. Eyes on the tip of the thumb. So how often are you using your full visual field? When we spend so much time on phones, laptops, cooking, driving, we're actually turning our heads We've got that forward head posture, so even notice when you're doing this, where is your head in space? Thumbs back to center, the bottom diagonals. Keep that head still. We're nearly done. One more. On each hand. And release. Have a little shake out. Okay, I'm going to just, while we're here, we're going to do a vestibular drill, because why not? We might as well use every system in our body today. So, eyes on a fixed point in front of you, begin to nod the head. Again, if this is too much, reduce the range of motion and slow it down. To make it more challenging, you increase the range of motion, increase the speed. You're then taking the head side to side, shaking the head no. There's no way I'm not subscribed to your YouTube channel, your Instagram. Nod the head yes again. Yes, I love Balanced Brain Body and doing these brain drills. I love the Balanced Brain Body app. This is not brainwashing, I swear. Okay, let's go for the diagonal. So again, eyes stay still on that fixed point. And other diagonal. 3, 2, and 1. Head back to center. Okay, let's lie down. So now is your time. If you brought out that blanket at the start, now is your time to grab it. Your cushions, your eye pillow, as we make our way to a supine position, a laying down position that feels good for your body. Making sure that you can fully relax. Knowing that you're not just limited to your yoga mat, unless you don't have any space around you, but maybe you can take the feet wider than the mat. Maybe the arms wider. Allow yourself to sprawl out, to relax. Maybe you're going to lift the back up and place it down again. Same with the back of the head, lengthening the spine and placing the head back down. As the shoulders move away from the ears. Perhaps ankles rolling out, fingers curling in. Take 3 slow breaths here into the ribs. Feeling the toes and the feet soften. The calves and the shins getting heavy as the whole body begins to relax. The kneecaps and the thighs feeling softer. Releasing all tension as the legs deeply relax. The lower back melting into the mat. The belly soft. The chest open, but also relaxing. Feeling any tension melting away. The mid-back, the upper back, releasing down onto the ground. The upper arms, the forearms. The palms and the fingers. Softening. Becoming limp. Loose and relaxed. The neck free from tension. The jaw unclenched. Space between the eyebrows relaxed. Forehead softens. as the whole body enters a deep state of relaxation, knowing there's nothing else to do in this moment right now, but simply be. Knowing that you've carved this time for yourself, benefiting both your mind and your body, so that you can be the best version of yourself. Because when you relax and you take time for yourself, not only are you resting and restoring so you have more energy to do the things you want to do, but also to help and support the people around you. Allow the breath to deepen. Again, using the tongue to trace the teeth, bottom and top. Top and bottom. Take a big yawn as you begin to stretch the arms above the head and point the toes away. On your next exhale, draw the knees in, hugging knees and forehead towards each other. Maybe a little rock side to side. And with the eyes still closed, gently rolling to one side. And as slowly and as luxuriously as you can, bring yourself to a seated position of your choice. When you get there, stack both hands over your heart. Take a breath in through the nose and a big sigh out through the mouth. Bring the hands to prayer, center of the chest. Inhale the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale to release them down. Blink the eyelids open as we bow to one another as a sign of gratitude for our yoga practice, each other and our community. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this full body stretch and I can't wait to see you again on the mat soon.